Hi and welcome. My name's Rob Scott from UC Today, bringing you the latest news and conversation from the unified communications and collaboration industries. So today we're going to be talking about collaboration compliance in a remote working world. And to help explore this topic, I'm joined by Theta Lake and Cisco. Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Dan. Hi, Abhay. So to get started with today's session, it'd be good to do a quick round of introductions. Dan, would you like to go first?
Sure. Thank you. My name is Dan Nadir. I'm Chief Product Officer for a company called Theta Lake. Theta Lake delivers technology to companies who are using modern collaboration platforms, and we help them with security and with compliance. A lot of the tools out there have been around for 20 years, and we thought that they deserved kind of a fresh new set of technology to help them.
Great. Thanks, Dan. Thanks for joining us. Abhay, would you like to go next?
Yes, thank you. My name is Abhay Kulkarni. I'm the Vice President and General Manager at Cisco Webex. And my team builds the Cisco Webex Meetings platform as well as our unified communications client, the Webex app. Glad to be here with Dan and you, Rob.
Well, very warm welcome to you both. Thanks for joining me. We've got an interesting conversation lined up today. Abhay, I thought it'd be good to maybe ask you first of all, kind of just give us your perspective of the marketplace. And since everyone is remote working, how has remote working really impacted the mix of communication channels in play right now?
Yeah, thanks, Rob. And I think ever since the pandemic has started and really hit the entire world, starting with February, I often say that we are in the midst of the largest work from home experiment that the entire business world has ever seen. We saw with the advent of the pandemic, with remote work becoming the norm, things like video collaboration and meetings platform, they saw a huge uptick in usage, so much so that with Cisco Webex, we saw more than 4 times the volume of Webex meetings than was the case before the pandemic started. And that volume has continued to grow, and it has as the world is trying to return to office now, we expect that going forward, a hybrid workplace where some employees are still at home, some employees are still in their offices is going to continue, and hence the growth in video platforms, video messaging, video communications, as well as things like sending a message, persistent chat is going to be that much more higher than it used to be before, and it has given a rise to lots of interesting scenarios with respect to compliance that we previously didn't see before. Previously, meetings that used to be held under closed doors, the sensitive meetings, are now suddenly becoming video meetings. And the people that used to be in these closed door meetings in a protected office environment are now taking these meetings from interesting places within their own homes. So that has made for a lot more challenging environment as it comes to security and compliance. And I'm sure, Dan, you have seen similar concerns from customers as well as they have talked to you about Theta Lake and Cisco Webex.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've seen a steady increase in demand for platforms like Webex, even prior to the pandemic. But with everybody working from home, that's just been turbocharged over the last, 7 or so months. And as Abhay said, a lot of industries where you would rely on talking to someone face to face, even schools, right? Kids are doing things online, doctors are meeting patients online, and in financial services, everyone is trying to do their meetings collaboratively, either over video or over the phone. So it has really exacerbated the problem of trying to deliver compliance for firms who want to leverage all of these new technologies, but oftentimes the compliance teams are very nervous about letting them adopt these new technologies because they just can't check the box for compliance. And so for a lot of what we do, it's really enabling compliance to say yes. Like if you leverage these new technologies, you can do it. It'll be better for our business, but we can do it in a way that enables you to be compliant. So we can retain all of these recordings, we can supervise everything, and it's kind of win-win.
Fantastic. So really things have changed quite significantly, not just the numbers, but the number of channels that we're communicating over now and collaborating on. So Dan, I'm interested in kind of digging a little bit deeper on the challenges that organizations are facing. Could you tell us a little bit more around kind of the typical scenarios that you're finding out there right now?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our business is coming from financial services, and I'll talk about that in a second, but even private information, PHI, right? There's a lot of personal data out there, and, firms, companies need to make sure that they've got a good handle on keeping it secure and keeping it private. For financial services, they've had a lot of rules for a very long time, so they need to pre-review any content. If you're an advisor or an agent, the thing to do these days is create lots of videos that you can get out either on a microsite or on social media. Those all have to be pre-reviewed. And so when you start stacking up those videos, most firms don't have a giant team who can handle all of this. And so they look for technology that can help them scale these kinds of solutions. And then similarly, nobody is going to be able to police every single meeting that an agent or an advisor is having with a customer or a prospect. And so the ability to feel confident that they can actually monitor and supervise those even after the fact is really, really helpful. So here in the US, we've got a regulatory body called FINRA. In the UK, it's called FCA, but there are these standards bodies, regulatory bodies all around the world, and they pay close attention to what you're saying, how you say it, what claims you make, and there are a lot of rules. And so the compliance teams, they've got a lot of work to do to make sure that these employees are doing and saying the right thing.
Superb. And Abhay, are you seeing something similar from your perspective at Cisco? Because Webex is a huge platform, lots of users working from home now. So are those examples very similar to what you're seeing, or are you seeing something different?
Yeah, I definitely echo what Dan is saying with respect to the usage scenarios. Webex is used by the large financial services and many of the other regulated industries that require compliance regimens that Dan gave examples of, and specifically the external communications where your investment advisor is talking to their clients, but also their internal communications as well, because these financial companies, the FSIs of the world, they have strict regulations about who can do what. And in the past, it was very easy. You can drive some physical separation and make that compliance, achieve compliance. But with the work from home scenario, it's that much more harder to make sure that even internally, making sure the investment banker is not talking to the regular banker. Things like those scenarios are coming up quite often. So we see a lot of those and a lot of demand from our financial services customers, but also other customers like healthcare industries, pharmaceuticals, and as Dan mentioned, education as well, where you may not want a student to have access to chat or video chat with somebody who is not their teacher, just to protect their privacy and to protect their security as well. So lots of these type of interactions are now coming to fore that previously were not required before the pandemic started.
Yeah, and if I can add, that's a really good point. I mean, I focused a lot on agents and advisors talking to sort of third parties, but to Abhay's point, internal communication is certainly something that needs to be monitored very carefully. And so the things that we hear about are people talking about maybe it's an issue of collusion, right? Or they're talking about material non-public information. They're trading on rumors, things like that. All of that is really important, and the compliance teams want to be able to pick up on that sort of chatter.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Abhay, I'm keen to just understand a little bit more about the relationship between Cisco and Theta Lake. Why did you partner up? Could you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, I would be happy to. So not only did we partner with Theta Lake, we also joined their latest round of funding and investment as well. So Cisco and Webex, we have been very open to the larger security ecosystem. We think that we, as a collaboration suite, our job is to enable our customers to use their choice of security vendors. So we have a platform, using our APIs where we integrate with a bunch of vendors. But Theta Lake is especially important and interesting because of how they have architected their product and some of the unique use cases that Theta Lake can address in this space, which we are really excited about. And some of the features that Dan talked about in his introduction, those are really made possible with the Cisco, Webex, and Theta Lake partnership. And we have seen really good customer traction here at quite a few Webex customers who have expressed interest in sort of building some of these compliance procedures. And either we have brought to them to Theta Lake, or Theta Lake has been brought into the account. And the customers, there's a lot of interest on the joint partnership here. Dan, anything you want to add here?
Yeah, just say from our point of view, we talk to the largest enterprises, down to small firms, and clearly lots of companies value Cisco as a trusted partner. Lots of them are really, really interested in the Webex platform and collaboration in general. So for us, it was mandatory to have a really good, strong integration, and we're just thrilled to be working closely with Cisco.
Great, thanks, Dan. And what's the customer response been like, Dan, since partnering up and connecting these worlds?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really, really positive. I think a lot of companies just don't even know that you can do this, right? I think I mentioned early on that many of them are working with technology that was really built to supervise email, 20, 25 years ago. And so the idea that you could look at a video and you could pull out a frame from a video and detect that someone is showing something inappropriate or transcribe the video is really pretty huge. And so we have a really positive impact just when we show a demo and they can see what's going on. But I had a couple of interesting quotes, customer quotes that I wanted to share. One of them, kind of along those lines, was Theta Lake has saved countless hours of work for our team. Again, it's one of those things, if you're trying to review 100 1-hour videos, how do you scale that, right? Most firms just don't have enough people to be able to do that. To that point, another quote was, it would have taken our entire team to review all of these sessions. And then just in the making the point about kind of us being enabling technology, one other interesting quote was, we've now made a major contribution to an event that was informative and now compliant. So again, it's enabling these the compliance teams to say yes and work in good partnership with the rest of the business who's trying to leverage these platforms.
Fantastic. Some great testimonials there for your service. Absolutely. Hey, it's been great to see you both. Dan, what's the best way for anyone looking into this solution? How can they get in touch?
Yeah, we have tons of content on our website. So if you just want to go to thetalake.com, you can learn more about us, our products, and our relationship with Cisco.
Perfect. And that's it from us. If you've enjoyed today's session, please do give us a quick like or a share on social. It's always appreciated. But for now, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.